Do you watch The Apprentice? If you do, how horrible is it this year? Because it's just become more and more dramatized. It's the first year
Okay.
that Garrett actually hasn't watched it, so
I
respect
know.
to him. I
Mm.
still watch it because I feel like I've got too much skin in the game. I've watched every season since I was a kid. I really want
Uh-huh.
to keep it going, but now it's getting out of hand to the point
Right.
where last week's episode, which is now
Really.
2 weeks episode by the time this airs, 2 weeks
Mm.
ago, they couldn't read a bloody map. They
Whoa,
said
whoa.
today, and the start of the episode, can't read a map.
Look, guys, again, context. For you, who studied geography, who knows how to use a compass, but not the compass on my shelf, this must have infuriated you, Indy.
Mm.
Tell me, how did you feel? Tell me.
No. Do you know what infuriated me? It was the
That's
fact that, not because I did a geography degree, I used to do deliveries for my mum's pharmacy, right? And because I was doing it, they used to give me an A to Z, and they'd say, use the A to Z. We didn't have a TomTom to pass around. So this is way before maps and smartphones were a thing. So I had an A to Z, and I had to look in the A to Z, look at the grid square, find the route, and then understand from everybody who works at the pharmacy how to get from this place to this place, what's in the same postcode, is this road next to this road, because you wouldn't know on paper trying to draw out a map. So they kind of put it in boxes for you, and then you figure it out along the way, then you become a bit familiar with the streets. Now, what annoyed me was that they couldn't do that with the A map in general, and I just thought, you're ridiculous. How do you not know how to use a map? And I sit and think, do kids nowadays know how to use a map, or do they just smack it in their phone? I think that's it. Because orienteering should be compulsory at school then, if so, because you need to know how to use a map and a compass. It's a life skill.
There's two things there. There's two things. So map, yes. Compass, is it a life skill? I know. Like we've talked about in the past, that if you ever lost somewhere, then you should be able to use it if you had a compass. That's the thing. So it's if you might not have a compass. Obviously, your phone has an inbuilt compass, but then your battery could die. So then, what are you going to do? Would you be carrying a compass otherwise? Is it in the same league of you should know how to start a fire, kill an animal, skin something? All these kind of other types of things. Map reading, yeah, orienteering. I mean, I did it as part of. I did a little bit of in geography, but I did more in the cadets. That was part of the thing that we do. So I thought that was useful. And then, but how does it serve me in real life? I guess you still have to navigate when you go on holidays, but I guess it's just kind of sometimes. Okay, let me give you an example. Venice, right? So Venice, Google Maps does not work at all. It just goes higgledy-piggledy, and you can't make sense of anything. It just kind of loses its shit, man. And so in Venice, you kind of just have to self-navigate, and you have to look at the big maps or the one the hotel gives you. Remember, the hotels always give you like a print off. Don't you love it when they do that? They're like,
Yeah.
they'll flip it around. They'll be like, you are here, and you want to go here. So what you need to do, sir, is go here and jump in the pani and swim, because it's Venice, right? And you will be there. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't understand anything you said, but I'm like, grazie. And then I go outside and I'm like, Shindi, maine kuch nahi pata. Kitthe jana? So yeah, you're right, man. Reading a map should be a basic skill, but we have to continue using it to some degree. I have interest, when you go on family holidays, right? Who's your like lead or chief navigator? Who's the route setter? Who's the
Family holidays, I can't really comment upon. I can comment on me and Sanj. So whenever we go somewhere, I always drive. So she's always the passenger. So she would tell me the way
no, not
in some way, shape,
not
or
Goody.
form.
I'm talking about when you're walking. You need to navigate like that, get to places. Gaddi's
Well, it
never going to
definitely
be a
ain't
map,
going
is
to be
it?
my mum and dad because they're horrible with directions.
Right.
No.
Okay. So then, out of the siblings,
probably be-
who's the person?
Either my sister or my brother. It wouldn't be me.
Interesting. Not you, the glue. The glue is not relevant here. Is that what you're
No.
saying?
No. There would be a bit of jostling between the two of them as to who would do it, I think. And I don't know
Right,
who
right.
would emerge out of that. It would be interesting. You know what?
But
I'll
it's-
ask that
but
in the
it's-
family chat.
But
after.
it's okay. It's okay because the glue is there. The glue brings the navigators together, doesn't he? The prick stick.
Buffs, that's it. That's it. That's what I do.
Okay. That's what you do, man. You put the right people together, and then you go, right, navigate, please. Although when we
Bucks.
go around as a 4, you navigate, don't you?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. So you can take the role. So, but yeah,
I could
that's
do
quite
it.
terrible.
I
Man.
just know my role in the family. everyone knows their role in their family. Like, you play your role. That's it. You don't rock the boat or try and do something out of your comfort zone. Everyone's got their role. Just play it.
So lucky, man. You sound like the mafia, man. Order is more important. Hierarchy, right? You got Don Pradhan. All right, let's play this out. This is quite funny, right? So your dad is CSK, Big Daddy Don, making those deals we talked about last week with the intimidating hands,
Yeah.
the big hands, right?
Yeah.
So you're familiar with The Godfather, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So who is his? Sorry about hitting the mic. Who is his consigliere? Who's his chief advisor? Who's the one in the key advice? Played by Tom Hagen in the first film.
I think one of his mates. Definitely one of his mates.
Interesting. Outsider. Okay. And then, because you need to incorporate more of your family, it makes it more interesting. Who are the capos? Who are the captains?
What do you mean by captains? Elaborate.
So within the structure, you got the Don, you got the Underdon, the Sub-Don, right? Then you have the Consigliere, which is at that level as well. Then you have the capos. So in The Godfather, it was his two friends. I can't remember the name. You had the Mortawala, something, Con something. And then you had the Patlala, Tessie or Dangosha.
I don't think this is going to work for you because Dad doesn't do this. He just sits back and lets us do everything. So
but
he
he's
doesn't
calling
really
the
do
shots,
that
isn't
at all.
he? All right, if he's going to tell someone to do something in your family, who is the one he goes to disseminate the order? Who
Mum.
does he give it to? And then Mum passes it on to you guys.
No, Mum will do her utmost in fairness to do it herself. And then when she struggles really badly, which happens all the time, she'll then reach out to one of us to help her do it. That's what happens.
There you go, your structure. So Don, Underdon, and then you guys are the capos. That's it, done. There you go. Basic mafia family.
There you go.
But I love what you said there. You need to know your role. So Indy, what is your role? Tell me.
Be quiet. Don't rock the boat too much. Make some cheeky, sarcastic comments. And then leave. That's literally what I do. Yeah, and play with the kids. Bus.
You're like, okay, bye. I'm going back to London. I'm going to London now. Okay, bye.